Hello my friends, I hope you're all doing well. After each music release, I experience what I call as post-music release depression. While this may be an imaginary syndrome, I'm sure some of you can relate to this. The exhilaration of sharing my art is quickly followed by self-doubt and lack of motivation and difficulty focusing on what's next. I believe this is common for anyone involved in demanding creative endeavors, artistic or otherwise. I guess we have to recognize the cyclical nature of creativity and allow ourselves the time to recharge. To manage these feelings, I plan to take the day off and have some rest. So join me on a road trip to the city of Larissa, where I catch up with an old friend and have a little coffee. Pame Kafedaki. yes, back home, feeling refreshed and focused, it's time to discuss my upcoming music tracks. So since my projects act as a counterbalance to each other, after the positive and optimistic nature of Stella Nova, it is certainly time for a new Dol Kruug track. I mentioned this in my previous video.
It will be my most ridiculous track ever.
Yes, I am preparing my most ridiculous Dol Kruug track, but the ridiculousness is not ridiculous enough yet, so instead I have begun working on another brutal track. This upcoming new Dol Kruug track is called Techtanus. It is a blend of the words technology and tetanus. It is shaping up beautifully, and it will either help release any tension and pressure that you may have building up inside, or create some new one, I'm afraid. Following that, I have also started working on a new, very special Lightbridge track. This will be called The Stairs, and it has an extremely important meaning for me. This will also be my very first psychedelic trance track that I have ever produced. I also have a lovely inspiration for the second Cortesa track afterwards, but I will reveal more about this on a future video. Of course, there is always a Dolamat track brewing in the background. It's been weeks now that I have already started working on the next Dolamat track. We have now released 3 singles, so we are approaching the half of an album maybe. And this reminds me of a comment I recently received. Hey, maybe I should start a new segment here where I feature and respond to feedback and comments from you, my friends. I shall call it the feedback loop. New glasses. Yes. So let's start with this comment by the anarchist metalhead in the Stella Nova video. Will this be the most positive album since Star Tales? Song also reminds me a bit of Siege of Life. Yes, songs like Swans of Orion and Stella Nova radiate optimism and hope. In contrast, however, the Obsidian Tyrant has a darker, more ominous vibe. And there are surely a few more dark tracks that I have in mind coming up. Despite this, yes, it seems that the overall mood will be bright and inspiring, just as you predicted. But I feel that Dolamat have always been uplifting by nature. For me, it surely is a project that aims to lift you up and spark your imagination in a positive way. Ήρθε ο Batman. Πού είσαι αγόρι μου, έλα να πεις ένα γεια. Έλα να πεις ένα γεια. Όχοχο. Όχοχο. Mr. Batman. He came to say hi. Marco Nova 4796 in the Duel of the Fates, the Star Wars video, says, "You all say space metal. In all honesty, I could hear you guys doing it for Tetsuya Nomura, or leading his orchestra on it if he ever put Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. I must confess that I never had the time to delve into the Kingdom Hearts or the Final Fantasy games by Tetsuya Nomura, but thank you for that cool comment. I have, however, listened to the soundtracks for the games by Yoko Shimomura, which are great. In our 20th Star Tales anniversary video, Pantheist UK writes, "Thanks for sharing this inspiring and entertaining interview. Still a fan here after 20 years, and Star Tales will always have a special place in my heart, as it's associated with great memories of an era before things got darker in the world. This is my good friend Kostas from the legendary doom metal band Pantheist. Music is indeed a time machine, and Star Tales can be a window into our younger, more carefree and happier selves. I really wish we managed to create new memories of hope and happiness for the present and the future. Thank you, Kostas, and you should absolutely go check the unique funeral doom music that Pantheist are performing." Our friend Fernando asks this in our Instagram page. "Hello, Thanasis. What are the names of these AKG headphones? What version are they?" We have been asked this question again. These are my beloved AKG K271 Mark IIs, which I have since 2008. Yes, they are unbreakable and immortal. They are extremely comfortable to wear and great for tracking purposes. That is why you see them in most of my choir and recordings videos. However, they don't have a good frequency response, so I will not recommend them for any mixing or production purposes. They still make them today and maybe they have improved their sound signature, but I only use them for tracking. Southern Lord 1989 writes this in the Winds of the Sun music video. This right here is pure euphoric, orgasmic bliss. God blessed DC Cooper with the voice of the archangels. I completely agree, my friend, and this track is one of my proudest works. DC Cooper, together with the choir and Cortesa doing the backing vocals with him, always gives me goosebumps. I really want to do something to honor Winds of the Sun. Maybe release a special vinyl version, like a 7-inch or a 10-inch EP, and I want to have a different cover for it. This is something that is on my mind and I am processing for the future. So thank you all for your feedback and feel free to send me any questions that you may have. I enjoy reading your comments and your feedback really motivates my work. At this point, I would like to shout out our new Patreon members. Welcome and thank you to Bre and Jonathan R. MEYERS. And a huge thank you to all my active Patreon supporters. I have just uploaded a very special new video in Patreon called The Secrets of Stella Nova, in which I reveal details about my sounds, the synthesizers and my technical thinking behind my music. I believe it will be the first of many series of videos where I plan to share my personal workflow and some secrets that I don't usually share publicly behind its music release. I think that our Patreon page keeps getting better, and if you can and want to support my work, check out patreon.com/Lightbridge. Thank you all for any kind of support, and space on. Oh, you're still here? Good, you're very special. I will share with you what happened to me this past November. I was minding my own business, doing my everyday Lightbridge things, when suddenly something struck me. It was a very deep, emotional, brain electrocution kind of thing. I sat on the piano and I started playing. It was scrambled mambo-jumbo at first, but very soon it started making sense. I was guided by something. I started crying. I couldn't control myself. I remember screaming internally, "What is happening to me?" The next few days, I tried but failed to make sense of what this sudden inspiration attack was. And the following months, these feelings went away, and I thought maybe it was something random. But then it visited me again in February. It was something otherworldly, like a visitation of a spirit. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was now clear. This is the spirit of a new Dol Theeta album. This is not a track-by-track release, but a full, complete concept album that I'm being guided to create. Who or what is guiding me, I can't say. All I know is that this will be an emotional roller coaster that I have to ride all the way to the end. It feels very deep and very important. I will keep you updated as I have more information about this.